Well, we've got a new steam engine. It's not new, it's second hand. But I saw this on eBay and I'd never seen one like this before. I had no knowledge of the manufacturer or anything like that, and I just thought, well, this looks interesting, and it didn't seem to be too many people interested in it, so I bid on it and actually managed to win the auction. Now, this is a Kassner, Kassner model steam engine. It's actually written on the cylinder. I'll close in on that in a minute, you can have a look. Now, all I can find out about these is that Kassner is a German manufacturer. The company started in 1999 and they predominantly made hot air engines rather than steam engines. And that's it. That's all I can find out. I've only found one other steam engine model, which is a little, again a vertical, but on like a tripod. The firebox is like a tripod. So yeah, they seem to be quite rare. Maybe they're more common in Germany, but certainly over here they seem to be quite rare. And as I said, I've never seen one before, so yeah, I just thought this was an interesting model. So we'll close in on it, and you can have a look at the various parts. So there's the stamp on the cylinder there, Kassner. And that's really the only markings that are on the engine. There is nothing else to indicate a model number or name. That, I believe, is the manufacturer. So the other interesting thing about this is, when you first take a look at it, you think, oh, it's made out of steel. Well, it isn't. The only steel part on this entire engine that I can find is the crank pin. Been all over it with a magnet. And that there, the crank pin, that's steel. The rest of it isn't. So what is it? Well, I think that the whole thing is made out of brass and it's been nickel plated. So I'll close you in on the top of the boiler where the safety valve should be, but that unfortunately is missing. Now, I don't know whether this will show up very well on camera, but you can see the thread. It's a 5mm thread there for the safety valve, but that's very definitely brass. So I literally think the whole thing is brass, and it's just been nickel plated. It's very, very well made. The soldering is superb. Obviously there's a bit of copper pipe. The steam pipe is copper. So yeah, very well made. Now, I also think this thing should have a small chimney. And what makes me think that is that this is obviously the fill plug here, and that's the fibre washer at the bottom of the fill plug. But you notice that it has a groove cut in it, and it has this black O-ring in that groove. And I think that's designed so that you can slide a chimney over that, and that will hold it in place. So yes, I think it should have a small chimney. So I'm going to make a little chimney for it, and I'm going to make a safety valve. What I'll do is I'll while we're in this close, I'll just pivot you down a little bit so you can see what it's like. Possibly the boiler and firebox were machined out of a single billet. I'm not entirely sure. It may be soldered here. This may be a solder joint. I don't know. But probably the cup in the base is, I think, meant for solid fuel tablets or gel or something like that to power it. Or even a tea lighter, though. That may not give it enough heat. Quite interesting the way they've done the piston, in the fact that they haven't bothered to waste the conrod, so that's just one piece of same diameter bar, which is the piston and conrod, which makes manufacturing much easier, definitely. So like I said, it's all very, very nicely made. So that's it for the first look. Obviously I need to get on and make a safety valve and a little chimney for it. I'll do that, then we'll come back and see whether we can get this steamed. I'm not even going to bother to try running it on air, because I don't think there'll be any problem whatsoever. I'm sure it will run fine. Obviously it's not that old. Well, I say it's not that old. The company was formed in 1999, so it could be 25 years old, but it's probably a lot newer than that. So yeah, let me get on and make the two missing parts, and we'll see if we can get this thing running. some progress with the little Kassner steam engine. I've spent a half an hour on the lathe and I made a safety valve for it and a little chimney out of some stainless steel tube. So yeah, basically it's ready to steam, but I'm going to have a go at nickel plating the safety valve because I made it out of brass so that it will match the rest of it. I'll show you the safety valve. Yeah, it's quite tricky because the threaded hole that the safety valve goes into is only just over 4mm, so yeah, I had to turn the nut down. I made that shaft, the internal part, 3mm. I turned the nut down so that it would actually go in the hole and find a nice thin spring, but we got there in the end. So yeah, that should work quite well. So yeah, next thing is get on and nickel plate it. Right, the little Kassner engine is finished. The safety valve has been zinc plated. That came out quite well. I've made a little chimney for it. That's a bit of stainless steel tube. I've made a base out of my home cast aluminium, which didn't actually come out quite well because that particular bit has a lot of inclusions in it, but you know, it does the job. It's going to be functional. So I think all that's left to do now is to see if we can actually get this steamed up. Right, I think we're about there. Yes, there we go. Lovely.
That's very smooth.
Superb. It works. Yay. Zoom in on that a little bit. The little Kassner engine under steam for the first time. Brilliant. And I've got the burner turned right down so it is as low as it will go. So it obviously doesn't need much heat. Oh, what a lovely little engine, superb. The boiler only holds 75 millilitres of water top, so I've only put 50 in, so I'm not going to run it for very long because that's a very small amount of water and I don't want the boiler to run dry. So there we go, the little Kassner engine running under steam for the first time since I got it, and it runs very well indeed. I'm going to turn the gas off now because, like I said, I don't want this thing to run dry. What a lovely little engine. I'll definitely be on the lookout for more of these, but I think that'll do for now. So, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers.